right, we'll call this December 10th commission meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Couple of sets of minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Got some minutes. Okay. Very good, very good. We have minutes for Board of County Commissioners for November 12th and November 26th. I'd entertain a motion to approve these minutes.
Move to approve the minutes of November 12th, November 26th, as aforementioned. Sorry.
All right, do we have a second?
I second, Mr. Chairman.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
All right, unanimous. All right, do we have any reports to bring forth, Helen? No.
Yes, quick and recorder fees
For November.
for November.
All right, Ginger bring in November.
A little better than you.
159, that's not too bad.
Right at the average, I think, yeah.
Not too bad. Show that in our.
Better than we've
minutes.
been doing.
Yeah. Show that in the minutes. We received Ginger's report for November. Any other reports?
Mhm.
No
I see none,
other-
Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Any correspondence?
No,
I have none.
All right.
No correspondence. Okay, we'll jump down into calendar review. Helen, what do we got coming up I guess this week coming up?
tomorrow at noon, Boyd Andrew,
Been canceled, but yeah.
Okay. Planning board tomorrow night. Feedback on Thursday at 8 in Whitehall. Crackle Fire, 9 o'clock on Thursday, survey review at 1:30. Basin water and sewer meeting at 6:30.
I haven't been keeping up with Basin Water. They're kind of doing meetings when they need to. So
Okay.
I'll have to take that off the calendar because I don't think they're following the old schedule.
Commissioner Kirsch is Friday. CSAA meeting at 8:30. SAA monthly check-in at.
And yeah. Listed twice.
And on Monday, the 16th, there's a Boulder City Council at 6:30 and Whitehall Town Council at 7.
All right, thank you.
It's a NACO preliminary.
Commissioner Mullen, do you have anything to add to that list?
Mr. Chairman, I don't think I do.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Hagerty?
No, sir, Helen, right
She
on.
nailed it, okay. The only thing extra I've got going on is Thursday morning, we're meeting in Whitehall at the Whitetail Center to talk about project down in the South Tippet District, energy project down there, so I'll be down there Thursday morning to see what's going on with that. That's JLDC board, so.
Then,
What's that?
what time?
That is at 9 o'clock, it looks like.
Kind of an energy,
Or
project.
30. What's
Kind
that?
of an energy project.
Well, it's kind of all tied into the windmill deal. They're talking battery storage for energy and also hydrogen power, and I can't remember what the other thing is.
Hmm.
But some kind of,
It's the English guys still though.
yeah, there's some grants that are coming available that will help them pay for battery type storage, and I'm trying to think if there was a what do they call those things, where they have all the computers in a box. I'm trying to think what they call those things. Storage, like computer storage.
Data center.
Data center, yeah, there might have been a data center involved with that as well.
For years, they talked about data centers down there, but
Yeah,
it's just the kind of the way that everything comes
connects,
together down
yeah.
there. Yeah, it's a natural place for a data center.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have all the internet and everything right there, so it'd be
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
fit. I'll see if they can make something happen down there, but we'll.
Were they gonna ever do anything with their telescoping,
Wind thing?
windmills?
I don't know, did they ever come to the?
They just went standstill, that was it.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I haven't even
been a
seen the
year
thing yet, but I
long.
think they're still working on them. They're trying to do the wind and the hydrogen and all that to get it into a storage and be able to sell it to Northwest Energy. It's kind of a big package deal for alternate energy, so we'll see how it all pans out there. Be kind of cool to have something like that down there in that
Yeah.
park.
Something down there in that park.
And it would benefit the market too, for the energy, so. Okay, very good. On calendar review, commission reports. We've been gone for a couple of weeks, so what have we been up to? Commissioner Mullen, you wanna give us a rundown on your last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I've got nothing for the last week, Mr. Chairman. Thanksgiving week, we didn't have an SAA meeting that Friday, so I move up actually to last week, Thursday, we had an Area 4 Agency on Aging meeting. Just redistributed some money that we've been sitting on. Redealt the cards for who are gonna be in the positions of chair and vice chair and that sort of thing. There's only a few counties that are on this group, so we kind of divide that around every year. We take our turns, and
No, gotcha.
about every 3 years, you don't have to serve in one of the slots, you know, so it's a good deal. And then that's really all we did. And then we had an SAA meeting last Friday, real short one. I actually had to run in and have labs same morning, so I got to it late. And they were discussing really all the stuff that I reported on the last meetings, same stuff.
Subject matter, different meeting. Huh?
Well, yeah, and it's sometimes a little bit frustrating when you're meeting with people that have some mental illnesses on their groups. Because they kind of run away with the meeting a little bit, and if there isn't somebody there willing to pull them back a little bit, they'll just keep talking and talking and talking and get mad if somebody else tries to pull them back a little bit. So, but, you know, and we kind of had that dynamic going last Friday with a couple people, so it was kind of uncomfortable. But we got through it. You know, it won't be so bad next time. And that's really all I have to report on. A couple of real short meetings and
Okay.
not of much consequence last week.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hagerty, what have you been up to?
December 4th, Wednesday, Beaverhead Deer Lodge Working Group. U.S. Forest Service Chief Law Enforcement Officer Nick Schultz advised the group that he currently has 2 LEOs that live in Butte and that work in our county from Boulder to Whitehall area. The other 2 are stationed out of Beaverhead County and Powell County. Ideally, we'd like to see a total of 5 LEOs. So it's moved up.
They're on 4 now,
There's now 4.
so you had one more, you'd be
One
pretty
more.
happy, okay.
Yeah, so in other words, Whitehall picked up another one.
Those are all paid positions
Yes, they are.
for the Forest Service?
Yeah, we've been
We
pushing.
can't get a motor grader here, but they can have 5 law enforcement positions. I know.
They need more.
Uh,
I might lose them the way the feds are going right now.
yeah,
And then the 5th, on that Thursday.
time to
survey
rearrange
review.
those neck chairs.
The 5 plots of land reviewed and then forwarded on for approval. On that same date, Jefferson River Watershed Council, there was discussion about the Bureau Reclamation Grant taking effect in April of next year in the upcoming Montana legislature with DNRC in regard to agency coordination for subdivision review, water rights and plating act coordination bill. That's moving forward.
All right,
That's all I have.
that's it. All right, very good.
Pretty good week.
Yeah, pretty good week.
Any better.
Last Monday on the 2nd, we all went down to Whitehall for a joint Madison Jefferson Commission meeting.
Yes, we did.
That was a very good meeting where the extension office gave us a good update and the 2 commission offices kind of got a chance to talk about things in their counties and where we overlap
Really?
in services and
Not much.
we pay a little bit more, maybe a third more than Madison County, but we think it's because of population. We don't have anybody here that has the institutional knowledge why we're paying more than Madison on that deal. But if you break it up by population, we're pretty darn close to even. So we're thinking that's what it is.
I think I've heard that explanation, but it's been 11 years ago.
I have to ask Leonard next time I see him if he knows. Solid waste, we talked a little bit about solid waste. They're thinking about going to a manned system instead of just a honor system.
Been doing that for years.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for a long time, very true. Yeah. Extension update, yeah, that's about it. So very good meeting. We're gonna try to maybe have another meeting in June.
The
if possible.
presentation by the two ladies, the extension, I was very good.
Oh, yeah.
And Dan and I were talking about it. That's why we were there,
Mhm.
for them to give that presentation to their Dan,
Yeah.
you know,
That's right.
and we just got to watch it.
Yeah.
But it was very, very good.
Yeah.
They're getting very good at doing presentations and,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And
before,
pe-
I think the last one we had joint meeting, we had a bunch of 4-H people there that weren't happy with the program.
We did
Remember,
have.
We had, and this time it was crickets. Everybody seemed to be very happy with the 4-H program and.
Didn't let those people know this time, or?
Yeah. Yeah. But Marissa's doing a great job with the 4-H program and Kalina's doing an awesome job with the
They're very good.
agriculture. We got a couple really good extension agents.
Getting
there.
good at PowerPoint, you know, they're
Yep,
nice presentation.
very good, yep. They've been busy. Road and bridge, I don't go into this deep. We were all there, obviously. You could watch it online if you wanna see what's going on, road and bridge. That was on the 3rd. BTAC meeting, kind of a lot of the same stuff. Boulder High School's looking at an analysis on the feasibility for the track and football field, an update there, if they got enough money to squeeze that project in. It was part of their original high school update, but with the cost of stuff, they kind of squeezed, I think.
Oh,
squeezed
part of
that-
the building project.
Yeah, part of that big building project that we levied for that. But I think the football field and track got taken out of that because the cost of the project got so high after, after everything, like everything.
It's typical.
Yeah. Food bank's doing pretty good. They have 40+ Christmas boxes ready to go. People must sign up for those Christmas boxes. You can't just show up and expect to get one. Life Church is having a Christmas program on the 15th. Let's see, Community Heart and Soul was granted $30,000. That's a $20,000 grant with a $10,000 match. And then that, I haven't quite figured out exactly what that is. It's something to do with the identity of Boulder. I'm not sure how to explain that one.
And
what
the
they-
county actually helped them with their grant application.
Okay,
And we helped them get through the first phase of that program
okay,
to get to the point where they could apply for the grant. So we're gonna have, Tara Mastel is gonna come and help them with the project. They have to come up with $10,000 though. So that's their next challenge.
that's something to improve Boulder essentially, isn't it? To help,
Just kind of come up with an identity for Boulder and
okay. Good, just a new grant match, or a new grant anyway, so. Marta was at the meeting, which is good. She's a go-getter. She's at almost every meeting that has to do with the community. She's great. BTEC marketing, they're gonna renew the billboard that's on the interstate coming from, I think it's right there, Jeff City heading towards Boulder, I don't know what it is.
Boulder.
Yeah, it has Boulder on it. I think it has a picture of the courthouse and somebody skiing or something, so they're gonna renew that one, or redo it. I don't know if they're gonna redo it or just
We're
renew
just
it.
gonna renew it.
Renew it, leave
Yeah.
what's there, but just have it on there longer.
Yep.
The old YDI, which is now Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch, looking for donations, if anybody wants to donate crafts, games, puzzles, all that stuff the kids like to do. Looking for any of that stuff. Let's see, anything else? Southwest Montana Youth Partners, that's the daycare facility in Boulder and Whitehall and some other stuff they got going on. They hired a AmeriCorps Vista for 2025, so. We have good luck and bad luck with AmeriCorps Vista, so hopefully we get a good one on this one, but.
We hope they have good luck with this one. We're not gonna
26
hire those.
kids, 26 kids are now enrolled over here by the grade school for the Boulder daycare facility, which is great. That's a
Great.
lot of kids.
Is that the highest?
I think that's the
Montana
highest they've
seen
been
that?
in a long time, yeah. When they got away from the one company and the people that were running it took over, it bumped their enrollment up to
Attendance.
like 10 kids, I guess, so. Okay, that's good enough for the BTAC. We had another road meeting. I forgot to say, we met with the health department on the 3rd as well, and that's on Zoom too. I'm trying to think if there was anything really worth mentioning there. Oh, she was trying to get us to put the chip plan into a resolution for some
She'd get back to us on that.
validity, yeah. We'll figure out if we can do that or if it's even gonna do anything, what she wants it to do. Again, road meeting this morning, Bear's doing a good job. Talked a little bit about, chip sealing and, doesn't sound like we have anything budgeted for chip sealing in the road department, so we're gonna have to figure out where we can come up with some money to at least do some chip sealing next year. In the spring, met with Mike with the solid waste department for a few minutes this morning as well, and he's doing a great job. Really nothing to report. Very little going on with his department besides hauling garbage, and everything seems to be running well in the solid waste department. And I think that was it. That brings us to now, so. Pretty
Okay.
good holiday season. All right, this is opportunity for public comment. If there's anybody here that's not here for something on the agenda, this is the time to bring forth to the commission. And I think that's it. Is everybody, I know Jay's here for something. Hi.
Hi, good afternoon, Commissioner Mark Taylor. I'm here to talk about the 2 o'clock agenda. item.
Okay, perfect. All right. So we really don't have any public comment today, so we got till 2 o'clock, huh? Got that one on the agenda pretty late, so. Guess we will just hang out for a few minutes and then we'll talk about the reinvestment plan. Unless you guys have anything else you want to discuss? Any other
I don't think so.
agenda items? We're only about 10 minutes shy, so we'll give it a few minutes here, then we'll jump into that and get that done.
We're expecting a longer report from you today.
I'm glad it isn't.
Your usual 15-minute report.
I didn't get too many call outs there.
And we're not giving you enough assignments or something.
Oh, no, we're good there. We're good there. Good there.
Those night meetings that pay so much.
I'm sorry?
Those night meetings that
Oh, yeah, the night meetings.
pull down your hourly salary.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Helen, did that individual that was put in for the library board, did she get notification yet? From here? I've already talked to the chair, so. I let him know.
When's our holiday party, Helen? Is that,
The
17th.
19th.
is that next week?
Next Thursday.
The 19th, okay.
The 19th, that's right.
I think Ginger sent around some kind of a
Sign up.
application thing that you can get up there and sign in for what you're gonna bring. So, yeah,
When I looked at it, there wasn't too much on it.
there usually isn't, until, it's usually a list on Helen's counter typically, and
Oh,
so.
Which nobody signs up. I think they're
Nobody signs up.
fully in the book,
Mm,
50 bags
I
of
got you.
potato chips.
Worked out good for me, because we got a meeting in there, an LEPC meeting. Just- And there you are. Mhm.
That was at the morning before the,
9 o'clock,
be done with that meeting, then go right to lunch,
I guess.
you don't have to go anywhere.
Well, wife's gotta get there, she's gotta make the delivery, so.
What are you bringing, chicken?
We want to
Nice.
do pizza again?
I was thinking of ordering pizza, do you wanna do that
I'll
too?
split it with you.
Okay,
Whatever you think is right.
we'll have to figure if the road department's coming or not.
You better get a few extra.
Hey, you do take
4 extra.
donations, right? Yes. Those guys. They'll be there, they'll be the first ones there. There won't be there though.
No, Bear won't be there. He'll be in Salt Lake City, huh?
Mhm.
Terry and Ginger won't be here either.
Terry and Ginger? Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, yeah?
We might be sitting there by ourselves.
Hmm.
They're on the Dakotas.
One of the Dakotas.
Have you all brought in an ornament?
I'm sorry?
Have you brought in an ornament?
We did that last year.
Did you? Yeah, I haven't.
I never
They asked me
did
to
that.
again this year, so
They asked you to
I
again.
must not have brought one in last year.
I was gonna bring one to Corbin.
Corbin?
Back in the old days.
I'm gonna bring one in Corbin Road.
Oh, there you
Little
go.
dust cloud.
Let's call it mud on it. Oh, boy. Well, gents, I think we're probably close enough. We're only 10 minutes off and I think Jay will still be talking in 10 minutes if anybody does show up.
Told you 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah, we got
45
plenty of
minutes.
time, so yeah.
Because we
let's-
talked
Connor
via
was
email.
planning on-
What's that?
I think Connor was planning.
Old Connor was planning on being here.
Maybe better wait.
Yeah, we might wait then, yeah, it's through the newspaper. The
Hmm.
newspaper may
Yeah.
wanna be here, not online yet, so.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jay.
Get some background information. For you as well.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
In Hannah with Headwaters,
No, she's with Neighborhoods.
neighbor, okay. And I recognized her name, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. If it's, I have a document to hand in.
Sure.
Just.
Yeah, you can hand it out right now, perfect time, we're just wasting time till 2 o'clock. We thought the newspaper was gonna be in attendance, but.
Not yet.
Thank you.
How you been?
Good, how are you, Bob?
Good. Thank you.
There's an extra one for you.
Thank you. We'll give him one more minute, Ellen.
Okay. I sent an email.
You sent an email?
Mhm.
It's probably a nicety for the newspapers to be able to watch our meetings online, huh? They don't have to attend every meeting. Just hard to ask questions, I guess. All right, I think we're close enough.
Okay.
Jay, if you wanna go ahead and give us the spiel, that would be great.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jay Duong with the Headwaters RC&D. I know several of you already. I want to start out with some opening comments and then I'll turn it over to the two organizations to talk about their advantages and disadvantages. So I'm here to talk about the House Bill 819, which is introduced in the 2023 legislature and created the Montana Community Reinvestment Plan, or MCRP, which allocates certain dollars to each of Montana's 56 counties. And Jefferson is allocated $240,000 of that money for down payment assistance to home buyers. The purpose of the MCRP is to begin to address housing needs and to offer regional community-based solutions to creating affordable, attainable workforce housing infrastructure in the state. The entities that will provide the matching dollars and administer this money are regional entities called Community Reinvestment Organizations, or CROs. There is no match requirement from the county, nor any kind of financial investment required from Jefferson County. What we do need is a resolution selecting the CRO, and the resolutions from each of the Montana's counties must be enacted before December 31st, 2024. They will be forwarded on to the CRO of choice, who will submit resolutions to the state by January 15th for certification by the governor's chief economic development officer. So we had two organizations who are interested in our 7-county headwaters area. Neighbor Works Montana, which Hannah Tester's on, representing that. Housing Authority of Billings, which Mark Taylor's here representing them. And at this point, I'll turn over to the two individuals to talk about their organizations. And then I may have some editorial comments during their presentations, so.
All right, thank you, Jay. Appreciate it.
Whoever wants to go first.
Hannah, do you want to lead us off?
Sure, I'd love to. Good afternoon, commissioners. Thank you for putting us on the agenda today. Yeah, as Jay was saying, House Bill 819 legislature passed in 2023, allocating $50 million to a homebuyer assistance program. It's pretty exciting, the acknowledgement of the housing crisis here in the state that I know we're all feeling. That $50 million is being earmarked by each county. It's being allocated. Each county gets a certain amount of that $50 million. That calculation is based on GDP. High-level program pillars. The program provides 30% of the cost of a home to home buyers. In exchange for that 30% from the program, home buyers agree to an equity cap of their home. So the equity cap that the program describes is 1% per year. Eligible households are between 60% and 140% of the area median income. So we're really talking about wage earning families, your teachers, firefighters, those types of families would be eligible for this program. And then the program also, as Jay was saying, allocates all program oversight and administration to a community reinvestment organization. Those organizations were created by this bill. CROs didn't exist before the bill, so there are organizations that currently have applications to become CROs. NeighborWorks Montana is one of them. Those approvals will happen December 31st, which is the same deadline that counties have to sign on with organizations. Speaking from NeighborWorks Montana and why we're in this space and what we offer as a CRO, we've been doing mortgage financing work statewide for 25 years. We have two financing mechanisms that support affordable workforce housing in the state. One is real estate development and acquisition lending. We call that our REDA program, REDA. That program offers gap financing for development projects. The other types of financing we offer currently are our down payment assistance and closing cost products. So House Bill 819 fits really well within that program that we run at NeighborWorks Montana. I oversee that single family down payment assistance lending. So right now we have 3 different programs that we run through our single family down payment assistance lending. So this is a really natural space for NeighborWorks Montana. As I said, it's work we've done for 25 years and will continue to do for 25 years after, into perpetuity. We are in the mortgage financing space, and this is how we support homeownership. NeighborWorks Montana is also a CDFI, a community development financial institution certified by the U.S. Treasury. This just means that we're dedicated to providing access to financing that supports housing opportunities, and that we have experience working within this population, the 60% to 140% of the area median income. So we have experience working statewide, experience in mortgage financing, experience working with this group of AMI. And I would say you have a little bit of information on that page about kind of our portfolio size so far. our default rate lower than the national average. We really do that by ensuring that our borrowers are prepared for homeownership. So we work really closely with HUD certified housing counseling organizations across the state. And that's where we like our borrowers to start, is working with those counselors to support the home buying journey and ensure affordability. So we're really intentional about ensuring our borrowers are set up for success. And that's why we have such low default rates with the current programs that we offer. I do have a couple of frequently asked questions that I get, so I'll just go through those really quick, and then I'll turn it over to Mr. Taylor so he can talk about what HAB has to offer. One question I often get is about match. So the other part of this program is it requires a one-to-one match from the CRO. NeighborWorks Montana doesn't currently have match identified for this program, and it's we're waiting on just a couple of clarifications from the state. We've given them a program proposal that fits within. So the way the bill describes the program, it's not actually a viable mortgage product. We've submitted a proposal that is a viable secondary mortgage product, and we believe fits within the language and the intention of the bill. We just need clarification from the state that they agree with our program before we can sign agreements with investors. And before we can understand the return that we can promise. We do have experience collecting investment. We do have 25 years of experience in collecting and deploying capital. Out of, some folks are curious, some of the current investors we have in our loan products right now, the federal CDFI fund, Intermountain Health, Montana Healthcare Foundation, Montana Community Foundation, Glacier Family of Banks. So lots of bank investment as well, lots of local investment into the work that we already do. The other question I get is accessibility. So if NeighborWorks Montana was your CRO, how would folks actually access this funding? We would run it the same way we do our current down payment assistance programs, where folks first will, hopefully we want everybody to start with housing counseling, homebuyer education. From there, they go and work with their chosen first mortgage lender. And then we work directly with that first mortgage lender to support putting together a loan package, and they would apply to us through their first mortgage lender. The third question I get often is, how viable is this program in my community, and will it actually make a difference? So I do have some numbers for Jefferson County. This is all family of four. So the way that HUD does their AMI calculations, it's all by family size. So I just chose a family of four so that we'd have numbers to go off of, just to demonstrate how this does support or enhance the buying power of families in your community. So at the low end, a family of four at 60% of the area median, they can bring in up to $57,300. Buying power before the program, they could afford about $160,000 house. With the support of House Bill 819, that buying power goes up to about $228,000. In Jefferson County, right now, this is countywide, there are 27 homes available for this. So for that family at the lower end, that would be their shopping pool right now. At the higher end, the family of four at 140% of the area median income, they're bringing in just over 133,000. Pre-program buying power was about 350,000. Post-program, they're with the support of House Bill 819, they're at about $500,000. And that 76 homes are available right now in Jefferson County. So those are the frequently asked questions I get. I know you all will have more questions, but I am happy now to turn it over to Mr. Taylor to talk about HAB.
All right, Mark, do you want to?
Do you want me to sit up
Yeah,
here or
can
where
sit
do you
there.
want?
No, that's fine. Anywhere you're comfortable is fine with us.
As close as you want to get, Mark.
What's that?
As close as you want to get.
Good afternoon. For the record, my name is Mark Taylor. I'm a recovering lawyer
from Helena area. Actually, I'm a Jefferson County resident, up in the Montana City, Clancy area. I've been a Jefferson County resident for, north of 30 years. So I've been around a day or two since I first came to the area to start practicing law. I guess, Hannah did a fantastic job of explaining just the nuts and bolts about the program. So I'm gonna maybe give you some additional history about the legislation and the intents around it, some of which is reflected in that document that I passed out. So heading into the 2023 session, so our firm doesn't work with almost every significant industry segment in Montana, whether it's healthcare, technology, natural resources, energy, et cetera. And the number one issue, by and large, heading into the last legislative session was the shortage of housing inventory for our workforce. And at the end of the day, House Bill 819, which was a bill that our firm drafted and put forward. My partner Jesse Luther was the principal drafter of the MCRP portion of House Bill 819. As some of you may know, our firm does a lot of advocacy with those industry segments, and it's really that collective interest. It was a loose-knit group of realtors, home builders, employers, chambers, EDA folks, et cetera, that came forward and ultimately created the MCRP program associated with House Bill 819. As that bill moved through the legislative process and it went to House Appropriations, the House Appropriations Committee is where they put the matching component in for the legislation. And the idea was, if the state was making this investment, either the county or the county's designated community reinvestment organization would also have to come forward with matching funds, so that you could make this program go that much further. So if you think about it in just kind of rough math terms, and this is a big deal for the state of Montana, it's not necessarily just 50 million, because the state workforce housing piece, it's actually 56 million. And if you layer on the matching side of that, it's really 112 million. And that's, if you think about how the program operates, and that's 30% of the price of the housing inventory. So you're looking at a total housing inventory of $370 to $375 million statewide that is eligible to participate in the program, which to Hannah's point, this investment from the state and then the people that are, whether it's the counties or their designated CROs that come forward with their matching funds, this is a big deal for the middle income kind of think teachers, public employees like first responders, managers, basically anybody in that 60 to 140% AMI are now bid through that. And it's a mortgage pay down program or buy down program is really what this is. And so it's a big deal. And there's really two decisions for the county to make. First of all, they have to decide whether to opt into the program. And then the second decision, if they opt into the program, who do they want to select as their community reinvestment organization? If a county chooses not to opt into the program, I would, at least as the statute goes today, the money's spent. The question is where is it going to get spent? Because if a county chooses to not opt into the program, then that allocation is then reallocated to somebody who did opt into the program. So, so the money's going to get spent. So it's really whether or not Jefferson County wants to make this program available. And then you all have to select the community reinvestment organization that you think best meets the goals and objectives of the county. I want to be clear about this as well. I think NeighborWorks Montana is a fine organization They are a first-class group of folks. They offer a very important product in the housing marketplace. Hab Development is affiliated with Homefront, which is the largest housing authority in the state of Montana. There are some fairly significant differences between the two organizations at this point. One is we have 100% of the matching funds that we're bringing to the table today. And our firm helped stand up the advisory council that ultimately looked at stuff over the interim. The person that was most aggressive about pursuing the matching funds piece of this was Patty Webster with Homefront and Hab Development. She literally spent tens of thousands of dollars on lawyers, not me, for the record, but lawyers and consultants in evaluating and investigating opportunities for matching funds at the county level. For example, tax exempt bonds or volume cap bonds. She ran that whole research and investigation process and to its conclusion. The answer is you could, but the hoops that you have to jump through from a regulatory standpoint just didn't make that a feasible alternative. So ultimately, Patty started looking for the private sector. And so Hab Development's matching funds that they are bringing to the table is matching investment. And they've identified not just 56 million, but we've identified more than 56 million because we view this program as just basically phase one. Once Hab Development stands up its platform, and it's not a ton of dough when it's broken out on a county by county basis. Jefferson County's allocation doesn't get you very many homes on the front side. So the question is, how do you actually take this platform, or how do you do more with that money? Hab Development's platform will do that. We have a plan and a strategy to do that, to really make this program a going concern and make it more available to the middle income folks here in Jefferson County. Some other things relative to Hab Development is by us being able to provide you proof of funds on day one, if you select Hab, is we can then encumber the state's allocation, which then means that we can protect Jefferson County from any future legislative action. And there's a bill draft out there already to make sure that counties, when they opt into the process, that they actually have the matching funds on day one. So Hab Development can protect Jefferson County and your ability to participate in the program by encumbering those funds on day one. Our firm possesses fairly significant experience and expertise that further enables Jefferson County and the people that participate in this program to protect it from any additional legislative action or activity as well. I'm not going to rehash the reasons document that I put before you, but I think it's important, Chairman Kirsch, to share a couple things. One is that, and this goes to the legislative intent, because that actually matters, especially with new programs like this. And so House Appropriations Chairman Lou Jones wrote the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and he said this: as this is progressing, the counties have between now and the end of the year to officially opt into the program and select their CRO. As you may recall, the legislature required that there be a matching component for those counties who opt into the program, regardless of whether the county or their chosen CRO is the source of those funds. It is critical that the source of those funds should be identified by each county at the time of their opting into the program to make sure the integrity of the program is maintained. Counties have had since the end of the session to identify the source of their matching funds. As of December 31, 2024, I would like to see the list of the counties that opt into the program along with their identified source of their matching funds.
in addition to that, Patty, because she wanted to have clarity on this whole matching funds piece of this, sent an email to Paul Green, which I'll share a copy with you all. And that, and Paul Green was the primary bill sponsor associated with House Bill 819. And he responded with this. As the bill sponsor, I will acknowledge you are correct as to our intentions of the bill and the component regarding matching funds and the need for it to be part of the opt-in process. In retrospect, of course, it could have been more clear, and I must accept that as my mistake as a freshman legislator. When the amendments were made during the appropriations process, the legislature wanted to make sure that the local recipients had some skin in the game, which is why we had the provision of a match written to satisfy those requirements. It had never entered my thoughts that a match could be conceptual or even attempted to be so. It is important that those funds are encumbered to meet the intent of the 68th session to meet our very critical housing needs. Without that, they are vulnerable to future legislative sessions. And like I said, there's a bill draft out there to actually claw back right now. You know, this is your guys' decision. Patty Webster wants to make sure that every county, per her promise to Paul Green, Paul Tuss, and others across the state, that she's ready, willing, and able. Our approach to this, to stand it up in the counties, is really to have a community engagement piece, because we're not talking about that many houses if you think about the total volume. Is really, let's meet with some leaders, some stakeholders, and then let's go identify and get people in these houses as fast as we can. We don't want to set up this bureaucratic process. We want to do what was intended by the bill, which is get your citizens, employees in a viable housing product as fast as we can. And then let's grow it. Let's do something good for this county. And that's really the commitment that Hab Development brings to this. We're the private sector, private investment, you know, pro taxpayer. We're going to pay more than our fair share of taxes for sure as a part of this program. And so I'm happy to answer any questions, but we're pretty passionate about this program and the things that we think it can do.
Great. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
So, Mr. Chairman, if I could just clarify a point or two on that. You know, I think that the bill is very clear that the money's not really, the matching is not required until the money is distributed out. So, I mean, it's perfectly clear on that. And as far as the clawback, as most of you know, the legislative session hasn't even started yet. And it's probably at least 3 to 4 months before any bill will go out there. And the reality is, this is a high priority for the governor and the state legislature. For them to claw back money from a county, I think would be a black eye for the governor and his office. I don't see that happening. I see what happening would be giving the ability for the county to go out and find another CRO at that point in time.
All right. Thanks for that clarification, Jay. Any questions, gentlemen?
So we're looking at, you said 240,000, I think, Jay.
Yeah.
So roughly double that or a little more than that probably is what we can put in the pockets of Jefferson County people.
And I think the other point too is, as Hannah mentioned, there isn't much inventory out there. I know 3 people who are nurses at the hospital would like to live in Whitehall. They can't find anything that they can afford. And so I think what you'll see is a lot of construction happening because of this.
Anna, did you have anything else to review or say? Give you one more opportunity to talk if you have anything.
I appreciate the opportunity. I don't think so. I think, you know, just reiterating NeighborWorks Montana's experience and history in this space, it's important to sort of like think about the why an organization would be engaged in mortgage financing. It's a complicated endeavor, and NeighborWorks Montana is excited about this opportunity to support housing in this way. And we look forward to counties signing on with the CRO and getting engaged in this program.
All right, thank you very much. Anything else, gentlemen?
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Well, it gives us something to think about, and
Okay,
we'll get it on our agenda for the resolution before the end of the year, which is gonna be tight for us
On the 31st.
on the 30th. We'll be cutting it really close, so. Make
so
sure we got it.
Chairman, if you'd like me to come back and I can actually accompany that resolution to Kelly and we can get up to
Okay.
the calendar in time.
Sounds good. Yeah, whatever we need to do, yeah. Our newspaper comes out on Wednesday, right after our meeting, so we have to have almost 2 weeks to get it.
Sure.
And we need that now, we'll give notice.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. All right, if there's nothing else, anything else for the good of the order today? All right, here and then we'll be adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, Jay.